Alright guys, what is going on? Let's talk WWE 2K15. Last week when a bunch of news came out, I was at Not As Fans. I didn't cover it. I thought it would be good to let some of the smaller channels get a chance to post some of their information and maybe catch ahead or get ahead. Because apparently 2K emailed some people some videos, and I wasn't one of them. So they're no-selling the top WWE channel on all of YouTube, which I can't blame them. I'm a horrible channel. But let's talk about the news, the features from the WWE 2K15. Now, there is no gameplay in the video. I didn't get permission. They weren't cool enough to be like, hey, Tubby, why don't you go ahead and showcase this? They would much rather let it be hands-on on a game's website nobody's ever heard of that's going to get 1,000 page views. So, I have to say that I've been pretty impressed in what I've seen so far in WWE 2K15. Now, granted, this is the first year the game gets next-gen. Madden 25, first year's next gen, I was pretty disappointed. It really was. NBA 2K14 was pretty much the same minus the story mode, and it wasn't, too much of a big buff up, although I did like it. And, if we go from when the console started in 2005 to the Xbox with SmackDown vs. Raw in 2007 and 2008, it just progressively gotten better. So this year, new things that we're seeing. We have more than one referee, which I think is huge. I don't know if that's the only ref, if it's only going to be John Cone. If you can fight as other superstars, I have no idea. We have a huge roster with about 30-some, 40-some people still left in there. There was 92 spots. We don't know who's DLC. We do know that the My Career mode is going to go through NXT. You're going to start at the WWE Performance Center, and you're going to work your way up. Hopefully similar to UFC, their fighter mode. And that's something that gets me really excited and something that I've wanted in the game for 2 or 3 years. I know some people were, Tubby, they're giving your idea, they're putting it in the game. I think that was pretty much everybody's idea, the NXT mode. I had it a couple years ago for like WWE 12. I thought it would be a cool feature to put in, but at the time, NXT was nowhere near at the level they are now with their own on-demand pay-per-view events and really able to stand out in terms of being able to go out there and do something big and, make a memorable event and have a storyline. So the only really thing I'm a little bit bummed about, and I'm not knocking it by any means because it is a fun mode, it is cool, but it does just feel like it kind of gets reskinned, remenudized, like a lot of other games. So this is not a knock at 2K. I think it's fine. I'm super pumped for the rivalries, the stories, the video packages, because it's like my favorite part of the whole segments. But in WWE 12 and WWE 13 and then 2K14, you had, 30 years of WrestleMania. You had the Attitude Era and the eras before, all in that one screen, and you went through, and it's pretty much the same. So when it comes to CM Punk versus, John Cena and HBK versus Triple H, it once again is the same thing, the same menu. All the reviews I read is it's pretty much just a clone of those modes, but completely redone, for those modes. So it makes sense, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I know some people are a little upset that we didn't get something else, maybe like a GM mode for who knows. It could get in there. I know a lot of people are bashing certain next-gen companies. When you think about it, though, NHL was the first year. They were the only sports game that didn't go next-gen last year because MLB did it, FIFA. They all went next-gen with a new console. NHL was the only one who did it. And this year, when they finally did go next gen, they focused heavily on going after the graphics. And that's what they did. So they lost some very, very popular modes with the franchise and the EASHL. And that pissed off a lot of fans and a lot of consumers. But at the same time, you have to make a pack. What's more important? What do you want to go out there and get? And I think the things they're working on are an easy priority because I think rather than create a whole new mode from scratch, kind of using the same template as you've had for the Attitude Era for 30 years of WrestleMania, you can just swap out the matches, the cutscenes, everything that's going on. I think it's a very smart utilization of it, and I'm happy 2K is doing it. Also, the pre-order bonuses with Hulk Hogan, I really don't care about the pre-order bonus with Hulk Hogan too much. I don't see it as being a huge selling point. I know there are 25,000 of them. I most likely will not get it. Other things that have been shown on screen, the entrances. Some people have complained the entrances look the exact same. Now, you have to remember this could be an early build. Things could still be changed. Who knows where things are going to end up. But I would agree that it does look a little effed up in some points. The arenas look great. The camera angles look more legit. It makes it look like it's an actual camera panning and not necessarily just a video game panning, which you would expect, because it happens in the old game. When you get it, it just is sitting there, and for no reason, you have a camera panning over to Randy Orton, who's currently in the corner. So that, to me, makes sense, and it looks really good. The crowd looks better. I still don't think they're ever going to get the crowd at 100% and be where I would love to see them be at. But at the same time, it is an improvement. I didn't see, from what I saw, I didn't see 7 girls at the same time getting up, moving around. I like the fact that announce tables, when you destroyed them, they kind of stayed there. Stuff didn't vanquish. Hopefully you can still use some of those parts and maybe utilize them in some way or shape or form. During the match, Mark Yeaton, who's no longer with WWE, and then Justin Roberts stay in the corner where the timekeepers area is in the ring bell. I think that's a huge addition. I think some of the referee motions where, let me show it here, if Andre the Giant was to get thrown outside the ring, like he is, bam, he gets thrown out there, the referee would start a count. But in this year's game, the referee would just start a count back there. In 2K15, the ref walks over, reaches out through the ropes, and basically is like, you got to get back in here, and he starts a count. That, to me, is awesome. Second thing that I find pretty awesome is the ability to climb to the ropes to get up. So if you're in a hellacious match, you want to get up, you crawl to the ropes, and you have to use the ropes to get up. I think that is absolutely perfect. It's going more simulation style, and I like that. I see a lot of people complaining that it's almost getting too real. It's not, fun. It's not arcadey. It's too simulation-like. And to those people, that's what I want. Like, I'm never going to be the guy that's in there with Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Andre the Giant, John Cena, CM Punk. I want to be able to recreate that, relive that. I want to be able to do it exactly as they do. I want to be able to beat John Cena for 30 minutes, have him crawl to the ropes, get up and STF me and attitude adjustment me. Like, that's what I'm looking for. So when people keep saying about the quality of it, how slow things are going, I'm kind of just shaking my head. The other thing is you're not able to be hitting constant signature finishers if your stamina bar is down, which I think is a huge thing. It really is, because you can't just have a guy who can, come out of nowhere and win. And I want somebody to come out of nowhere, but I think you have to get a little bit of momentum. And, one of the complaints I saw was, okay, so say I get some momentum, I'm about to win. He hits one move, I lose all my stamina, and now I can't finish him off. I don't necessarily think that'll happen. I think it'll be utilized to where, yes, you are unable to hit a finisher on him because he took advantage for a second, but you get in one more move, and then bam, out of nowhere, you see the finish. So it's making me really excited. I think the developers of the game this year, especially Visual Concept and 2K, have really nailed it from what I've seen. There have been a few small glitches like the chair stuff. A lot of the times I like glitches, so I'm not going to complain. I think they, play off funny, and let's be honest, they do get a lot of views. So I'm all for glitches when there are good glitches to showcase. Hopefully it doesn't happen all the time as Hulk Hogan. He's able to lift him up, brother. Oh, man. So the stamina bar, the new referee, the controls, the not the stored finisher, the energy finisher, all stuff like that is going to provide for a better game. Because you go back, WWE 12 was a fun game. WWE 13 was a fun game. Even dating back to 07, it's just those little extra things. The oh my God moments on the outside of the ring. Being able to do more than just spam the buttons to do good is always a positive in my opinion. The only part that I might have a little bit of a hesitation towards is if every match does have to start with a grapple minigame. I think it could get a little redundant. I hope you'll be able to turn it off, because not every match starts out like that. There are some matches that they just come out there and beat the living hell out of each other. I don't want to have to be the guy that, walks up. And I usually do it in my simulations video where you'll get up and then we'll do some grappling like that and start it off like a normal pay-per-view, a normal event that you would. I wouldn't want to necessarily see that all the time, though. So I want to get your thoughts on this, the feedback, everything from 2K15 so far. Have you liked what you've seen? Some people said they canceled the pre-order because the entrances were the same. Me, I think it looks better. The ring, the lighting, the graphics, the referee control. I'm still waiting to see how pin attempts work and if guys get knocked off. If, you know, you're getting counted on the apron. There's so many little tweaks and things that we're waiting for. And NBA does a good job of updating stuff once their next-gen stuff is out. Hopefully they do something like that. And, you know, with the career modes, everything they've got going on, I think this is possibly going to be, at least this generation for right now's best wrestling simulator on the market. I think it'll top it by far and make everybody happy. So, Hulk Hogan, brother, he's going to hit that leg drop. 1, 2, 3. And that's all she wrote. Hulk Hogan gets a victory. Let me know what you guys think of the features in. And if you are getting it, what console are you getting it for? I'm currently getting it for PS4. I do not have money for an Xbox One. Once I do, I definitely make sure to play with it. And then Sting, yeah, Sting is the pre-order bonus. So WWE 2K15 news, going over everything instead of uploading like one video a day that everybody was doing. I wanted to wrap it up. And the IGN news, apparently they're faulting 2K for releasing the information too slowly. I thought it was IGN's fault, but IGN says it's 2K that's going too slow to give them the asset. So we'll find out. Hulk Hogan running wild on you, brother, for only $9.99 on the WWE Network. Go follow him. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and we will see you all later.